Pastor, your presence requires respect. Some have mistaken 1 Corinthians 14:34 to mean no woman anywhere should be allowed to take the floor, not knowing that this was a message to a people in a church at a time when they had issues controlling the authorities of their turf, ignoring the history of the Bible that has shown from before the first King Saul ever took the throne, when God ordained judges to govern Israel as a whole, and the prophetess Deborah was a judge whom God chose. Or the fact that Jael, the wife of Heber, was the one that actually drove the stake through Sisera's temple to deliver Israel from their groans. Or the woman Rahab who hid the Israelite spies and saved her family by waving a scarlet line in the sky. The Sadducees asked Jesus if a widow had 7 husbands and none did give her a child before they were taken, when she makes it to heaven, whose wife will she be? And he had to explain how they were all sadly mistaken. For in heaven, there's no gender. No being is a bone, flesh, or tooth. And as Jesus explained to the Samaritan woman at the well, God seeks for people to worship him in spirit and in truth. What about Joel's prophecy that God will pour out his spirit upon all flesh of our sons and our daughters? And the disciple whom Jesus loved, John, was the author of his 2nd epistle to an elect lady to govern her followers, her children whom John appointed to ensure all abide under sound doctrine. And it don't stop when we close out in prayer and not a body is left in there. Her job is never done even after a few souls are won. She ministers consistently and she pours and gives. She sets and models example after example on how one should live. She keeps going and going like the Energizer Bunny. You are the epitome of what all women should strive to be like, honey. She was created for such a time as this, so I don't want you to miss what I'm saying or misconstrue this. I'm not calling you God, but I thank God for a woman of your essence. You remind me of God's grace and favor every time I see you stepping into each season, making it look like a breeze. To know you is to love you, Pastor, and making one love you, oh, you do that with ease.
Your presence deserves respect. What makes this woman so worthy of double honor? Is it handwritten in 1 Timothy 5:17 and the markings of the elders teaching and preaching? Is it your pure heart pumping on the jury stand, being interrogated for having your burdens plead between pride and peace? Is it in your appeal and your anointing that knocks down doors and welcomes destiny? Is it in the surface that scratches deep within your soul, or like your arms stretched towards Jesus like the woman with the issue of blood? Is it in the measurement of ministry as you serve us daily bread on a silver platter? Is it embedded in your body armor that seeks and embraces lost souls? Is it in your self-sacrificing, consistently exhausting every gift that God has given you to bless those around you? Is it hidden like a tree planted by a river of water, or high tides, rising storms, and circumstances you face? I believe it rests in your character and your courage like Esther. It's in the peak season that grants you provision, protection, in the presence of God. It's that special grin stamped on your face that requires the corner of your lips to crack. The same sense of humility as Jesus, because even he smiled on the cross. It's that overwhelming and unconditional love you feed to your sheep. It's your ability to stand boldly, to deliver messages and set free minds. You are the human form of the miraculous energy, sacred light, heart of purity and clarity of the burning bush that sparked the attention of Moses. People say it's always someone that has to be the strong one. And even when your mind and bones grow weary, it's your heartfelt prayers like Hannah that gives you grace. Your life breaks the scales that weighs in joy, peace, happiness, and fearless actions. You are the example of love letters sealed with a kiss by God. When feeling unloved, you are the mother who comforts every child. When feeling unprepared, you are the instructor that teaches life blessings. When feeling fearful, you are the singer that goes before God in worship. When feeling tested, you are the leader who seeks godly counsel and demand. When feeling lonely, you are the friend that is closer than any brother. When feeling self-conscious, you are the aunt that plays a unique role and gives extraordinary love. Pastor, remember these words when you are feeling unworthy or alone. Being the daughter of a king is to simply be bold, not ashamed, but always ready to be great in the expectations of Jesus Christ. Your heart, your gift, your lifestyle speaks of a bold embrace. You are more than deserving of double honor. And to know you is to love you. And that is the biggest honor.
Your presence demands respect. Therefore, I will give it. This life that you preach about, you believe it and you live it. I'm no longer existing. I'm living because of this word that you so graciously stand behind that pulpit and exert. Whether you're weak, tired, or sick, your resilience shows that it works. And I just want to thank you for being so open and genuine. You see, your position did not exclude you from going through a painful situation. Instead, it pushed you out to the forefront so that we could bear witness of what it looks like for a weapon to form against us but failed to win. And here you are being a champion with a diagnosis that's unpleasant. I mean, literally planning your speaking engagements around your doctor's appointments. You live and breathe this word, and for that reason your presence will get respect. 1 Corinthians 15:58, now that's where it's at, and I hope that you don't mind, but I'm going to tweak this verse a little bit. Therefore, Reverend Dr. Delores Cain, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always excelling in the work of the Lord, because you know that the work that you do for the Lord is not wasted. Now, don't you see how your life aligns with this? Pastor, you were literally sick. Many of those times that you stood before us to give us encouragement, though my mind wants to know how you were able to do it, I already know in my spirit, and I will never forget it. So no matter how far away I move, this relationship between you and I has already been established. You see, I have never been led by anyone of your stature who holds me accountable so that I can mature. And now that I know better, I'm doing better. And I thank you, Pastor, for caring enough to want to see a better me. Your presence demands respect. Therefore, I'm going to give you that, not because you asked, but because you deserve it. You're a strong and beautiful woman, and I'm glad you know your worth. And it's an honor to be able to present these words to you. I pray that this spoken word will speak a word to you. Just keep doing what it is that you do, because it's getting through. And I'm almost through, but before I leave, it would be mere robbery if I didn't let you know that the same impact that you have on me is mutually shared with the rest of your heritage family. Clearly, we love you dearly, and this time has been set aside because it's important to give you your roses while you are yet alive. And now I'm finally through. Happy anniversary, Pastor, from heritage to you.